Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a fish on. Oh, it's a good fish. Oh, good fish. Oh, that's a really good fish. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. This is Rag Florida Fishing. Today has been an adventure. I tried to go out at 6 this morning, get the boat off the trailer, and I look at the trailer and one of my bunks had just like disintegrated. First trip out. I had the boat off the trailer the entire time I was working on it, but either I didn't notice it or when I put the boat back on, it crumbled. You know, went out and I was like, all right, I got to fix that. How am I going to do that with, you know, the boat with the motors on it? You know, I'm going to have somebody help me take the boat off. And then I get out to my first spot and this happens. All right, well, there's something going on with the trolling motor. I did have to redo the connections. So we'll see if maybe it's a connection issue. I don't know, but I'm not able to pretty much use this at all. I didn't fish at all. I rushed back to the ramp and get the boat back on the trailer, put a towel over the bunk so it doesn't get, the bottom doesn't get scratched up. Headed over to Home Depot to grab 2x4 for the bunk, and then I had bunk carpeting at home already from the last boat. And then went to Bass Pro, got a new trolling motor. I'm gonna have to call Minn Kota and just be like, hey, listen, like, what's going on? Is there something that you could do for me? Because Bass Pro couldn't after it being the second one. Since I already had to exchange my first trolling motor for the same issue. So we're finally on the water. I got my trifecta of baits, the 3-inch shrimp, the 5.5-inch jerkbait, and the Terroreyz. It is windy, high tide, so we're gonna get out there and get on some. See what I'm fishing. All right, guys, I'm gonna be throwing this little 3-inch DOA shrimp, the Glow and Gold Flake on 30-pound monoliter, 20-pound POWERPRO, the PENN Battle 3000, and the 7-foot PENN Squadron medium light. We're gonna see what the first fish on the new rag rig is. We're probably just going to be fishing some backwater stuff today because it is so incredibly windy. I really don't feel like getting thrown around. Plus we're still just trying to figure out this boat. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves first thing, you know. Ooh, something came out and hit it. Oh, what in the crap? They gotta be little mangroves. Ooh. Alright, well that's a good sign. I'm working in a little bit lower and deeper water. I just had that fish follow, and I just had a fat snook hit right before I turned the camera on. Oh! Oh! There you go, first fish on the new rag rig. Little fat snook. Oh, is he a fat snook? Yep, little fat snook. Pretty little fish. Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Just had something else come up and swirl at it. Oh gosh, that was a good snook. Golly, man. Oh, golly, man. I'm telling you what, these fish aren't hitting hard. That's like the fourth one I've missed already today. I can't feel them. I don't know if the wind has bow in my line. And oh, another one. It's wild. It's like they're not like super aggressive, but they choke the bait. I'm gonna try that point again where I caught that first fish, because they seem to be stacked up there pretty good. And then we're gonna go fish some seawalls. There we go. Better fish. Fat snook. He's a chunky boy. Oh. All right. Pretty little fish. That was a nice dive. Oh my goodness. That was a tank. I don't think this is really going to work, but I'm going to do the that top water tarpon technique I have. I just don't think it's going to work because it's so windy. It's probably, I mean, see, well, my sleeves. I don't know if you can see that, but it's out. But yeah, I'm gonna try throwing this top water jerk bait around and see if we can get any tarpon to explode up on it on top. So in this clip, nothing happened, but I just kind of wanted to show you the conditions I was fishing in. This was so incredibly windy. I don't think I've ever fished in this much wind. And this was in my like little protected area. It's not out in the main river. It's not, you know, this is very backwater kind of fishing, and this is how much wind we were dealing with. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys the conditions that we were dealing with today and how, you know, I kind of adapted and overcame. Well, that was awful. That was probably the windiest and waviest I've seen it out in the river by me. I'm not doing that. Sorry. It's unsafe. I was back here where I was just fishing. I was taking waves over the bow, and if I was in the other John boat, they would have come completely over. So I'm gonna go back into some side canals and try to fish there. See if we can get on some fish. I mean, you know, we were able to catch a couple, but in this kind of boat, you got to figure it out. So we're gonna figure it out. So let's get back to fishing. Oh, there's a fish on. Oh, it's a good fish. I thought I was snagged on a branch. I don't know if you guys could see that. Are you even recording? Yeah, you are. I didn't even feel him hit it. I thought I was snagged, but right in the top of the mouth. Pretty Snook. It's a good little guy. Off he goes. So, like, I'm just gonna kind of explain how I'm fishing. I have no trolling mode or nothing on right now, but I'm just looking for like little spots that that I think could hold fish. Like, so the current's coming this way, snook are going to be facing that way. Usually they're going to be behind or under structure. So like in that little pocket, I'll cast into the corner, bring it out, and like kind of cut across this little branch coming down there, because there could be a snook hanging out underneath there. Let it slowly sink down and see if there's anything around. But that's kind of how I do it, you know, just look for any kind of little structure, and you know, you do that enough times, you're gonna catch something eventually. But that's kind of how I look at when I'm on the water. So another thing I've noticed today is it kind of seems like they're like super related to structure. Every fish I caught has been like on a branch or a down tree or something to that effect. So I think I really just gotta like hyper focus on singular branches, lay downs, that kind of stuff. Because I don't even think I've gotten hits out in the open water. It's always been around a tree, near a tree, when I thought I was stuck on a tree. So you may we may have just found the way the bite is today. Trying to not hit this sign. That was a good little thump too. All right guys, so we're fishing the bridge. I got my white and chartreuse tail Terroreyz on the 3/8 ounce jig head because this current is ripping and it's really windy. When I decide on what size jig head I'm using, it really depends on wind and current and how deep whatever I'm fishing is. So with the conditions as they are today, I'm going to go with a little bit deeper or heavier and just kind of bounce this off the bottom. It keeps me connected a little bit better. Threw a little mullet pro cure on there, see if we can get on some fish. Oh, I just got thumped. Phew. Oh, good fish. Oh, that's a really good fish. Oh. Oh, come here. It's not like the net. Come on. All right. Just jigging it down the bridge. Friggin' awesome. It's a beautiful snook on that little white and chartreuse tail Terroreyz. This thing works, guys. I'm telling you, I've never had more confidence in lures than I have between this and the shrimp. Let's get a quick picture and put him on his way, or her. All right, let's get her unhooked. Let's get ourselves out of the trees. Suck my thumb. Woo! There she goes. All right, guys. That was a good one. I was just jigging it down those pilings and she smoked it. All right, guys. Well, that was a heck of a way to end the day. I was pretty much done. I had already fished the bridge pretty hard, so I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go in. It's windy, it's ripping, you know, current. So I was like, you know what? It's been a long day, I did a lot of work. I'm just gonna go in. I'm okay with, you know, figuring out the bite for those few fish. And all of a sudden, I was just jigging that little Terroreyz down the bridge, and thump. I mean, a big thump. You could probably see it in the line and the rod in the video, but that was a beautiful, beautiful, good snook. And you know, very, very fortunate to be able to catch her. And you know what? Being on the new boat, it was different. You know, my body's just gonna have to learn how that boat works, and you know, motion of the ocean in that boat. But there's a lot more room, like insane amount of room on that boat. So, you know, it won't be like such a scrunched little like fishing trip all the time. So but yeah, you know what, it was a good little day. The shrimp and the Terroreyz got it done. Had a good blow up or swirl on the jerk bait. My trifecta did it again. But yeah, guys, you know what, it was a beautiful day, and very fortunate to be out there. Like I said, I was only out for a little under 3 hours. It's 4 o'clock now, so yeah, I think I got out here at like 1:30. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be a 9-hour day to catch fish. But guys, I appreciate you watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.